good news while we wait. Good news while we wait. Good news while we wait. What is the good news? Staff have approved. Next week I want to do a charity stream. Next week I want to do a charity stream in support of SAG-AFTRA and the WGA. Because their strikes, the strikes they're doing against big corporations in the film industry are extremely important to me. And so we need to brainstorm. It's not going to be as long as the last 24-hour stream because that one was really taxing on me. I'd like to do just 12 hours for this charity stream. Yeah, just 12 hours, right? 12-hour charity stream in support of WGA and SAG-AFTRA. So the way that it will work essentially is that I want to find a charity. There's the entertainment fund, but there's also apparently one that's specifically for the people who are striking. So I'm going to see if YouTube Giving has those enabled, because for those of you who do not know, in Hollywood and in the entertainment industries, because SAG and WGA are American unions for actors and writers, and what's essentially happening is with the rise of generative AI and with the gradual increase in popularity of streaming as opposed to live television, pay and support for actors and writers has been on its way down. So with companies are, if they can, the people who are in charge of these companies, like the Bob Igers and the Disneys and all of those, they want to replace people on the lowest level. They don't want to have to pay you anymore. What they want to do, so there was a very, very widely publicized idea that what companies were going to do, because the technology already exists, they were going to pay a background actor or an extra half of 1 day's pay to turn up, have their body scanned, and from that point on, that company would be able to use their image in any film that they wanted for no money in perpetuity for the rest of time. And that your career, if you were a background actor or an extra, and that was how you put bread on the table, you would no longer have a job. That's what these companies want to do, and what the strikes are about is demanding fair and equal pay for actors who are on the lowest level. And there's this strange perception from some fucking weirdos on Twitter that it's all a load of rich people who are complaining about not getting paid enough. No one who has crossed the line into superstardom as an actor or a writer is under the illusion that they're the one that this is about. They are there to support the people who are on the bottom level. Because let me tell you something, and this is going to fucking blow your mind. Did you know that of the members of SAG-AFTRA, of all the actors who are working, because of a huge number, a very huge number of people of actors working in America are members of SAG-AFTRA, because it gives them so many good benefits. Did you know that 87% of these actors do not earn enough to qualify for health insurance? They earn less than $26,000 a year. A year! Many actors and writers do not earn enough money to afford their own rent. When rent goes up, these companies are wanting to pay them less. So what I want to do, in whatever way that I can to be supportive of these strikes, is to essentially donate as much as we possibly can to a fund that will provide financial relief to actors and writers who are not making crazy huge money like the ones in the news. They're not the ones who are worried about their second or third holiday home. These are the ones who work extremely hard making the entertainment that you consume on a daily basis, and are paid almost nothing. What I want to be able to do is to provide funds for financial relief for these people, because as has been said by, I believe, Bob Iger, the CEO of Disney, the plan for these big studio heads, who by the way, another little factoid for you, $23 million a year is what it would cost every single Hollywood studio involved in this, every single studio being struck, it would cost them combined $23 million a year, combined, to pay every single member of SAG and WGA fairly, it would cost them $23 million a year. That's all. That is less than 1/8 of the budget for a $200 million film, across all of them. And you want to know what's even worse? Bob Iger, the CEO of Disney, makes not his company, not to spend on business expenses, personally, in his own bank account, purely so that he can enjoy more of life's luxuries, earns $27 million a year. Him as an individual, one man. And I also hate to break it to you, but the other CEOs of these companies are making a lot more than that. So it is our responsibility as people who enjoy entertainment in any form to make our voices heard and to support the people who... going back to my initial point about that, it's been discussed and is now widely publicized that the strategy that these studios are employing, and you're not going to fucking believe this, their strategy is to let the strikes run. Their strategy is to let the strikes run long enough that people, and I quote, start losing their homes. If that made your jaw drop, but so did mine when I read that. Their entire strategy is to strong-arm people who are at the absolute lowest level, earning not even enough to qualify for health insurance. People who are actors especially, who may be doing extremely physical work that runs the risk of injury, not earning enough to afford health insurance to carry them through a potential accident in the workplace. So the best thing that we can do to be in support of these people is to donate money towards financial relief for those who may run the risk of not being able to afford rent or not being able to feed themselves, because there are a great many of them. Remember what I said, 87% of these people do not qualify for health insurance. So once again, I want to do a charity stream next week. If it's 12 hours, again, like the last one, I'll set the goal at 50K. And then if we reach 50K, I'll sign up for some other kind of batsu, and then we'll bring it up as high as we could possibly go, because this shit really, really matters. Do you think about all of the art that you've consumed in your life that has influenced you, that's changed the way that you think about things, and that's and that's made you into the kind of person that you are today? Imagine a world where all of it was made by computers. Imagine a world where AI art is the only art that exists. Because that is the world studios want, because it's just cheaper to produce. When they look at film, when they look at TV, when they look at literature, when they look at paintings, they do not see value of any intellectual sort whatsoever. They do not give a fuck. What they see is an item that is to be traded. And when it comes to the studios, the studios that are forcing these rules, those are the ones who are in charge of the entertainment that is made. And not only will we lose some of the greatest things that we have come to love and come to rely on, things like the games that we play, things like the films we watch, the TV we watch, the books we read, the art that we like and retweet. I've actually forgotten what I was so mad. I actually forgot what I was going to say. But anyway, you know exactly what I'm trying to get at. AI art is, unfortunately, while you and I, being sane, consumers of art of all different shapes, sizes, types, and ideas, they do not see it that way, and they just want to be able to create a thing that people will pay for as little money as possible. And AI is much cheaper than employing a real, dedicated, talented individual. And that is the only consideration that they have, not the integrity of their career, not the integrity of the industry, not even preserving art is one of the, at least to me, is the most important part of any one culture. What would the rest of the world see in America were it not for Hollywood? I mean, obviously there is so much to every country's culture, but imagine a world without art, where all of it is made by computers. That's what they want, and we have some power to change that. If these companies agree to the deals set forward by SAG-AFTRA and by the WGA, then AI art will not be able to be used in the way that they want to. And so, legally, there will be a precedent that this kind of thing doesn't fucking fly. Because not only does AI art rob individuals who don't even make that much money anyway of the little job that they have, but it also is directly and violently plagiarizing the work of people who, the work of anybody who's put their work online before. So that's how I'm extremely passionate about these issues, and I'm very grateful to staff for allowing me to set this charity stream up. So that will be next week, and I think later on this week I would like to have a little sit down, maybe just whenever we can have a sit down and discuss what we can do, because the 12 hours should be about film and art, because film and TV, obviously the Writers Guild and the Screen Actors Guild, that's kind of their ballpark, but obviously the precedent being set is dangerous for art of all kinds.